Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Kaon episode number 10 reaction. Alright, the previous episode we got a new member, Azunyan as everyone calls her, and she is a very you could say a serious type of a person. Kind of, she was like really like fascinated by the Keon clubs playing, and she came and she was like, oh, I want to join. Everyone was very happy, like a new member obviously. And she kind of got a little bit of like what can I say, disillusioned. I think that's the word. By seeing how the Keon Club members are always just having desserts, having tea times, just goofing around, playing around, and just going on picnics. Even the teacher, the one who's like advisor of them, she's also kind of crazy. So all that stuff she saw, and she tried to get used to it, but she in her heart she was like, why am I here? And in the end she tries other places, but then she realizes there's something missing. She realized that individually they all kind of are not that good. However, together when they produce a song, when they make a song, it's a very amazing feeling. Like together they are just like they're able to make something amazing. So she realizes that, and she wants to be a part of that. That's why she comes back. Obviously everyone like welcomes her back, and they play for her, and she comes to the realization, and she's like, okay, I'll join you guys. So yeah, that's how it went. So let's see what happens in this episode. I'm guessing we're going to see more of, I don't know, like now from this point onwards, obviously Azusa will be involved in everything. So hopefully we get to see her getting more comfortable with the team. I'm sure she will, and yeah, she'll actually become a good, like asset to them, and also like a like a part of the whole team, like that type of situation. Anyways, let us get started. Episode number 10. So yeah, I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, summertime. Okay, who is here? Oh yeah, they're in the same like class. She's the one who introduced her to the group. Training camp. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, the whole they just had like they didn't practice do anything. Nope. I remember what they did. Yeah. Oh my god. She's like, hopefully. Well, I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. Okay. Camp again. Well, interesting. Oh my god. Is Paul just lazing around? Yep. Wait, what? She doesn't like heat, she also hates air conditioning. That's what she does. Ah. Oh, she is overwhelming. I oh wait. She's just behind her. When did she come? Ah. Perfect timing. Summer school. I doubt she wants. Yeah. Yeah. I think you're probably correct. That's exactly what happens. What? House. Even has her house number, I guess. Oh my god. There you go. I think that's a butler. Yep. There you go. Yeah, they like that's what I was saying. Finland. There you go. You're right on the money. Yeah. Okay. It's probably just laying around. There she is. Wow. He's like, oh, how cute. Yeah. Sao Sensei is there. Yeah. Teachers have a lot of things to do. Will she have time? Well, they're going in a nice place, like there you go. She's going to go now. She thought it would be like like a training camp, like just everyone will practice, but then they're like, oh, barbecue, swimming. Oh, they just want to have a vacation. This is not a. Oh my god. No, exactly. Oh, oh my god. Oh boy. There we go. Oh yeah, Mugi's vacation house. Probably not. Cramped. uh, oh my god. Oh my god. Previous the previous one they did no practice. Vote. Well, obviously she's ready with the. Yeah, you think that? Yes, yes. Oh my god, really? What? Ah. Oh boy. It's so funny. In one season, there's like two beach episodes in this show. I'm like, what is going on? Oh boy. Oh boy. That's funny. What's she doing? Oh, barnacles. Oh no, she's gonna freak out. Okay, please don't. Oh boy. Yo, Mia's running, still running. She's still running. Oh my god. Great. What the? What's going on here? What is this? Are they dreaming or something? What's going on? What? Yeah? She fine. Great. Yeah? Oh my, did she not put did she not put sunblock? I guess. Oh boy. So this is the, it's bigger than the other one, isn't it? Yeah. Nice. Yeah. What? Hmm. Tuner. Oh, the one that you use to tune the string. Yeah. He just does it. Damn. Yeah. Like Yui is talented naturally, as you could say. She's like, okay, there you go. Damn. All right, let's. I'm pretty sure after having dinner, they're just gonna go to sleep. Like no more practice. uh, yeah, that's what she said in the previous episode as well. Are they cutting onions? Yep. Both are cutting onions. Okay. Oh wow. Oh, because she has small hands. She has all the meat. No, oh my god. Oh boy. Damn. Well, there you go. She had fun. Oh, fireworks. Oh, it's gonna fall down. Still hanging on. Okay, there you go. Yeah. What? Oh, they're combining it. Really? Mio's not going to be happy with that. She is not going to be comfortable with this. Exactly. Okay. Great. Oh my god, this place is kind of okay. There's like actual forests and stuff. Oh my god. Yeah, they're trying to scare her. They're trying to scare her. What the? Wait, is it Sawako? That's Sawako, isn't it? Yep. Wait, she's doesn't she came here alone? Oh my god. She wanted to hang out with them. Surprise them. Wow. Oh my god, Mio's unconscious, I feel like. Oh my god, that's funny. Hey, what the? Is that a cognac? Oh boy. What? Hmm. No, because of the, like the sunburn, yeah. That's why. Wow. Obviously. Yeah, they kind of look the same, especially without the hair. Oh my god, stop. Oh god. Okay, they have 3 days, like I was saying, like they did a little bit of practice, but now they have 3 days, so they can do more practice then. What? Whose light is? You is practicing. Yeah, both play the guitar, and yeah. Hmm. Okay. Ooh, no. Hmm. Yeah, there you go. Okay. All right. Now, like little by little, you can increase the pace. Oh boy. Okay. So what are they back now? Like, did the 3 day end? Yeah, it has ended. So that was the summer camp. Okay. Yeah, they're back. What? That's us. It's the sunburn. Well, at least they did something. In the previous one, they did nothing. No practice. She forgot the sunblock. Oh, because okay, never mind. Yeah, obviously. I wonder. Oh, yeah, true. Sketchy. Hmm. Oh yeah, when she was kind of like, oh, why are the boats here? Oh, she does practice. She thought she never practiced, but she does. Ah, there you go. I knew she was going to say that. Oh boy. Oh, they have some pictures. Oh boy, the what? Okay, that was cute. Okay, so this was the second beach episode of this season. I don't think I've ever seen an anime where there's two of them at the same in the same season, but well, there you go. We have K-On here. So obviously, because it's 2 years, like 1 year has already passed, And this is the second term, and Azusa is here now. So yeah. And it was great to see, like, Azusa kind of get more used to them, because this group, you need to get used to it, because Azusa was so shocked to see no one practices. Still, they sound so nice. And she was like, what am I getting myself into? But obviously, like, now she is a lot more accustomed to them, and she's been able to accept the fact that, oh, they are a little bit, like, they play a little bit more, like, just other than practicing, do all other stuff, but they do practice. And at the same time, like, then the enjoyment they have, like, hanging out with each other in itself is a nice thing. And yeah, Azusa herself has started to enjoy their company as well, which is good. Obviously, they need a good team synergy. All right, that's it. So this episode, we begin this episode with Ui meeting Azusa. And yeah, obviously Azusa and Ui are in the same class, and she's the one who brought her to the hall to see them play. So obviously they're good friends. So Ui and Azusa, like, I went to a fast food, like, restaurant. And yeah, they're talking, having like a meal and talking. And here they're like, we asks, like, oh, what do you think about the K-On! Club? And she's like, oh, like, like, they're going to have a train camp soon. So Azusa's like, yeah, I think they're going to practice over there, like, it's so nice, I'm going to go there. Like, this was so funny, because at the beginning you can see Azusa is like fully convinced. She's like, oh yeah, training camp, yeah, obviously we're going to go there and practice. Little by little we see her hesitating, and by the end of it she's like, I hope we practice. At first she was like, yeah, we're definitely going to practice, it's so nice that, like. And then in the end, like, as she kept talking about the whole situation, she was like, we will practice, won't we? Like, she's like questioning herself, like. And I love how we was like, when she was like, oh, we're going to practice, we was like, yeah, I don't think that's happening. Like, because in her head she remembers Yui just choosing swimsuits and stuff. And oh boy, the first summer camp that happened, they barely practiced. Like, they just did one little play, and that was it, as far as I can remember, and that was it. So okay, so after that we see, we ask Azusa, like, what do you think about the club members, and like, I love the in this episode the way they did it. Like, in the beginning of the episode, before Azusa went to the summer camp, we asked the questions to Azusa at the beginning, and asked the same question to Azusa in the ending part of the episode, the same questions. And you can see how different she answered. And at the beginning of the episode, she gave a particular set of answers, while in the end of the episode, she gives another particular set of answers, which kind of shows how within this little summer camp, she got closer to the group, and she knows them a lot better, and she enjoys their company. Because in the beginning, when she was like, oh, how's my sister in the club? She's like, oh, she doesn't practice at all. She gives me a weird nickname. She keeps touching me. Oh boy. And Ui is like, oh, she's warm and feels good, right? And oh boy. And there you go. You saw how she answered, and in the end she answers in a complete different way. So we can see how, this summer camp did bring all the members closer to each other, and made them better friends. Now after that, we see Ui's like, oh, like, my sister is at home, and she's probably just lazing around. I love how she says that she doesn't handle heat well, and she hates air conditioning too. This line I don't understand. Why hate air conditioning? Like, I never heard anyone who hates air conditioning. I guess maybe, but either way, that is why she's like, like, fanning herself, and there's like a table fan in front of her, face to cool her down. And I love how Ui's like, oh, my sister is so cute when she's lazing around. She just keeps rolling around, like, saying "ui ui ui," and Azusa is like, how can we see the same person so differently? Okay, now next we see she asks like, oh, what about the other people? And Azusa's like, oh, I like Mio senpai. She's a nice person. If I wanted a big sister, it would be probably Mio senpai, and she's kind and cool. And then she's like, what about Ritsu? And she's like, Ritsu's kind of, just unfocused, doesn't really pay attention, kind of sketchy. I'll pass on her. As soon as she said that, this part was so funny because I didn't realize at the beginning that Ritsu was behind her. Remember when you talk bad about someone and that person's just behind you, just waiting? It was that scene. And Ritsu's like, is that what you think about me, Azusa? And starts like, just knuckling her head. Oh boy. Now they talk about, Azusa's like, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh, I'm here, oh no, she says like Mio's at summer school, and Azusa's like, what about you? She's like summer school, me? Like, what are you saying? Oh boy. So after that they talk about Mio, sorry, not Mio, sorry, Mugi, and Ritsu just says whatever comes to her head. She's like, oh, she probably has butlers and stuff, she probably just goes outside, like abroad for vacation and stuff. So just like, gave a random answer. But the funny thing was that was actually correct, because later on when they're like, all right, let's call Mugi, they call Mugi, she doesn't answer the phone, so they call her home, and a butler actually takes up the phone, and he's like, oh, Mistress Mugi is in Finland now for her vacation, and it's just like, oh, there you go, so you see how I was correct. Obviously she did not expect that actually happening, and yeah. But we've seen how rich Mugi is, so it was not a surprise, So there you go. Now we invite them to her house. Like, she's like, oh, we have watermelon, so come. So all of them go, and obviously they see Yui just lazing around. Oh boy. Now next we see that in the in school they went and asked Sawachan sensei about whether she should accompany them, because she's the advisor, and she's like, oh, like, I have a lot to do, like, training and stuff, and like the training camp, like, she kind of like wasn't really interested, because obviously she thought that they're just going to go to like a random place where where they would just practice and stuff. So I'll stay here. But obviously she forgot that they have Mugi with them, That's a big thing. Where there's Mugi, there obviously will be so many different things. They'll go to like a nice place, like a nice summer vacation house. Not only that, there'll be barbecue, swimming and everything. She forgot about that, and that is why they were like, we thought that we are going to ask you, but you're not interested. And okay, we'll do the barbecue and the swimming on our own. And as soon as she hears that, she's like, wait a minute, like this is not a training camp, this is a vacation. And I kind of thought like maybe she's going to follow them later on, but later on I did not I wasn't really paying attention that much. But in the end, when she comes, following them, that's why I knew it was Sawa sensei, because I knew she would follow them. Like, she's a type of person like that. We've seen her multiple times breaking into different places. Like once it was Yui's house, she just broke in Christmas suddenly with a gift. So she does that, she keeps she follows other people and just ends up being there. So I was thinking, there was a part of me that was thinking she's probably going to follow us, So that's why in the end I was like not surprised at all to see her. Anyways, so next we see they're packing their stuff up and they're outside going shopping, and us just like, oh, we're going to buy some instruments, and they're like, nope, we're buying some swimsuits. And good god. And I love how she's not happy about that, but when Mio's like, okay, Azusa, calm down, sometimes we need to have a little bit of a recreation, and starts petting her on the head, and she's like, yeah, sure, why not, because obviously she's a lot more favorable towards Mio, that's why. Okay, so next we go to the summer vacation house, and it's a big house, bigger than the previous one, and they're like, oh, is this the one you wanted? to reserve previously, and Mio's like, oh, this is small and cramped, I'm sorry guys. So yeah, this is not the one, there's a bigger one. I do wonder if in obviously there's a season 2 in K-On! I do wonder if in season 2 we're actually going to go to the bigger one, the bigger vacation house that Mugi keeps mentioning about. I wonder if we'll do that in the next season. Let's wait. That'll be kind of interesting, because I do want to see which vacation house she is saying that, oh, it's big. Like this one's cramped for her, so I wonder what is big for her. Anyways, later on, they're like, all right, let's go and play. Ritsu and Yui are ready, and Mio's like stop, let's do a practice a little, let's do a vote. And so Azusa's like, yeah, I'm with you, and Mugi's like, I'm sorry, let's go and play. And yeah, they decided to go out and have a little swim first. So everyone's outside, and Azusa's thinking that, this is a movie we're talking about, so she'll just be just lazing around on a yacht and just, like rich people stuff, she's going to do. Just, with a sunglass sipping on, and she sees that all those things are there on the beach, and Mugi's panicking, calling, the butlers probably, and she's like, why are those things here? I've told you to put them away. And kind of panicking. Okay, and then they start having fun. They're using balls to beach volleyball playing and everything. And Azusa's just lazing just with beside Mio. She's kind of frustrated. She's like, what the hell, I thought we were going to practice and stuff. But then obviously she's a little bit competitive, so seeing that Ritsu tried to bait her, she's like, oh, you think that you lose with us if you play beach volleyball with us, won't you? You're afraid of losing. And she's like, oh no, I don't think so. And obviously, like I said, she's a little bit competitive, so using that as an advantage, Ritsu just baited her out. Okay, so Mio's there just snapping pictures while Mugi's also there. Now there's that little section with the barnacles where Mio got traumatized again, where Azusa started talking about someone cutting their leg or something. And Mio kept running away every place. Anyways, in the end, they have a nice time. There was that one little scene where they make a weird little play, Ritsu and Yui, where they act as if they've been stranded and they found the golden land Zipang. Zipang is, I think, the name of Japan, which was used a long time ago. I think, what, let me check. Zipang. I'm pretty sure they called the Japan as Zipang a long time ago. I'm not exactly sure, but correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, but they did that weird little thing, and then they're all tired, Azusa's complaining. Azusa's like, you guys, you are not practicing at all, with all just sunburnt and everything. And this is like look at you, you're the one who played the most. Oh boy. So okay, next they're actually in the place to practice, and I love how Ritsu gets so motivated because it's like a brand new drum. And Mio's like, you're so materialistic. But at least she got the motivation at that moment. So there you go, they're ready to play a little song. Now here there's an interesting thing where we get to see Azusa tuning her guitar using the tuner. And what's her name, Yui asks her oh, what are you doing? She's like, oh, this is a tuner, you tune the strings with this. And Yui's like, wait, I've never seen this before. And Azusa's like, what do you use? And Yui's like, oh, I just do it on my own. I just make kind of strum it and feel for it, and then just decide it like that. So Azusa says that, oh, I'm not exactly sure if that's impressive or kind of crazy. So here, this part I need to say, obviously I know nothing about guitars, just very basic knowledge I have. So I've heard that it's kind of difficult to tune without a tuner. So Azusa says here perfect pitch or something like that. like she can actually hear and realize, which is the perfect, you know. So it's kind of impressive. That means, you know, like that Yui has been doing this while she's an amateur. She has been doing this on her own. So she has a perfect pitch that she can actually realize which sounds the best or something like that. So that gives her like a, like this is like her talent or something, I guess. So like I said, I have no clue about guitars and stuff. I am not exactly that much knowledgeable about them. But one thing I was able to understand from this part is that it is kind of impressive that she has been doing this all on her own, and she's just very new to guitar, but still she can do it like this. So it's as if she has like a natural talent for it. And that is why Azusa's quite impressed. Azusa's like, I don't know if I should feel impressed with this. Like this is crazy. You know, this is actually like, you know, very amazing. I can't tell if she's amazing or not. Okay, so anyways, they do a little practice session, and Azusa again thinks here like how are these guys so good? You know, even though individually they just don't practice at all, they just, you know, like a Ritsu, like, you know, each and everyone has their own flaws, but all together they sound so nice. Like, you know, and she's thinking like, do these people do practice trainings in secret or something? Like, what's going on? And Ritsu's energy is gone. She's like, oh, I want to have a meal. I want to have dinner. I want to go to sleep. And everyone is like, all right, fine, let's have some dinner. And yeah, they bring some food. They start like, you know, like making preparations for it. And Ritsu was just you know, like just with the cabbage. She's like, oh, I'm going to eat this cabbage raw. And Mio's like, what are you doing, Ritsu? Like, look at Azusa. She being an underclassman, she started like, you know, helping us out. So like, do some work, Ritsu. And Ritsu's like, all right, fine. And they were like, you know, she and Yui starts cutting onions, and obviously onion means you know, like your eyes will tear up. And yeah, then they make onigiri. I love how Mio was like, wait a minute, my onigiri is so huge, that means my hand is big. And Ritsu's like, oh, your hand is so big, teases her for that. And yeah, then they like, you know, like have barbecue. Yeah, Azusa has a lot of fun over there. Like, you know, with the, in the end we see her smiling, you know, so big. Yeah, obviously she had a great time. So after that they were like, all right, you know what, Mugi's like, let's do some fireworks. She's ready with fireworks. And there you go. Obviously they have the what do you call them, the sparklers, I think you call them. Yeah, you know, like that one's where the little, there's like a little blob in the end that falls down. I've seen in multiple animes them actually like, you know, using that as a little game as to whose one will fall the quickest, they'll lose, that type of thing. The ones who is able to keep that the longest will win, that type of thing. Now these, I think these are called sprinklers. Now here's one thing, like, you know, obviously we have fireworks as well. Like, you know, every place has fireworks and they have their own fireworks, you know, speciality. I've never seen, like, you know, in my country any sprinklers and sparklers. You know what, let me check, what are these called? Just a minute, where is that part? I cannot find it. I think, what are they called? Sparklers? Sprinklers? Let me check. Something like that. Senko Hanabi. Is that what they're called? Let me check. Senko Hanabi. I think so. Senko Hanabi. Sparkler, there you go. Yeah, what I've never seen in, like, I've seen this in anime so many times, but I've obviously, I don't know what the, they're a thin shaft of twisted tissue paper 20 centimeters long. Traditional Japanese fireworks. So it sparkles and then drops off when done. Oh, Senko Hanabi are somehow said to hypnotize the watcher into silence to invoke mono no aware, empathy towards things, or sensitivity to ephemera. A Japanese term describing a flash of sadness felt when reminded of the beauty and the briefness of life. Okay. Interesting. I've seen this so many times in anime, but like we actually don't have anything like this. We do have the sparklers, the ones where it just like just sparkles all over, and the all the others obviously rockets and what else? Those snake like snake fireworks. I think like the ones where it comes out like the snake kind of thing comes out. That one. There's a lot of others we have, like so. But this thing I've always seen these in anime, but I've never like we don't actually have this, so these are kind of interesting. So they sparkle and fall down, and the deeper meaning behind them is like the fragileness of life or something like that. Okay, interesting. Anyways, they're doing like that, and they're like, oh, it kind of like kind of motivate these. And you can see that Azusa's like kind of throughout this whole episode, Azusa's like actually kind of paying attention to all the individual people here. For example, here we can see when Mugi was like, oh, hang in there with the little sparkler she was doing, Azusa was like looking at her. So you can see that she's paying attention and seeing what these type of what these guys are, and she's realizing like their personality and stuff here. Anyways, they do all of that stuff, and Ritsu's like, all right, let's have a courage test of courage. At first Mio's like, I'm not doing it. Obviously Mio's scared of these type of things, but then when again Ritsu provokes her, she's like, all right, sure, I'm doing it. It kind of reminds me of that whole Azusa situation where Azusa, when provoked, she was like, all right, sure, I'm going to play, that type of thing. So Mio and Azusa both are out there, and this place is obviously at night, it's scary. It's like a goddamn forest, and there's like just like completely quiet and everything, so it is scary, like situations like this. I don't know how the hell oh, probably because she was with Mio. I was going to say, how is Azusa fine in these type of situation? Like, even if you're not a like person who gets easily scared, this type of situation where there's like actual like like it's an actual forest and like everything is quiet, it's actually scary. So I'm guessing Azusa was not scared because Mio was with her. Either way, they're going, and Mio's just freaked out. Mio's like grabbing her hand quickly and like just strong. And then there's like some weird noises, and we see this one person like silhouette with a hat and a suitcase coming towards them. As soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, this is Sawa Sensei, because like I said, she has a previous track record of breaking into places and following people, so I was sure that she's going to follow them here. And that's why I was like, yep, this is Sawa Sensei. And she comes in and she's like, oh, Mio-chan. And Mio screams so loud that her whole art style changed. And she falls almost unconscious. And oh boy, then Sawa Sensei, we saw that it is Sawa Sensei, and yeah, Mio's full on unconscious, while Risu's just waiting, trying to scare them. With that thing, that cognac or whatever you call it. Anyways, next we see them in the like the bath, and it's like a hot bath, and Ritsu's like, wait, Azusa, why aren't you like like putting like just going inside the bath? And she was standing up because it hurts, the sunburn, and when put inside the bath, she starts screaming. Obviously it's going to hurt. And here Sawa Sensei talks about how Mio and Azusa look kind of the same, and yeah, if you look at them here, you can say even the facial structure, their eyes and everything, all are the same, except the fact, obviously, currently Azusa stand, and Azusa has shorter hair. Other than that, they do really look similar, And here Sawa Sensei again does her usual shenanigan and gets hit by one of the girls, probably. And yeah, we see at night they're all sleeping. Azusa went to her toilet and sees Yui's practicing alone, So Azusa goes and like sticks around with her. Like she's like, all right, I'm also going to practice with you. And here Yui and Azusa kind of does a little bit of a practice, and Yui asks a lot of like pointers from Azusa. She's like, oh, how do you do this part? And Azusa teaches her. And at first Yui is trying to go fast, then Azusa's like, oh, go slow. Obviously you're a beginner, so go slow at first. So yeah, within a very small amount of time, she was able to do that. And she's like, "Oh, Azusa, thank you so much," and starts hugging her. That was cute. And yeah, so obviously, end of the summer training camp, whatever practice they did. Obviously, 90% of the time they just played around, but still, it was a nice time. They did a little bit of practice. Azusa got to see a nicer side of each and every member, over there. And again, like I said, they did it very interestingly, in a very what can I say, like a very unique way. This episode, where in the beginning scene and the ending scene were like the same. The beginning scene was when Azusa wasn't really didn't go to the summer camp. She meets Ui and talks about each and every people, their personality, how she feels about them. And in the end, obviously, after she has completed the summer camp, she's back here again, and she's kind of sunburned. And she says that she talks about all the other characters individually and how she feels about them now after she spent a little bit of time with them, and the difference we can see. So they go to the same cafe, and here Yui is like, sorry, not Yui, sorry, Ui is like, "Oh, how do you feel? How do you enjoy it?" Azusa's like, "Oh, we did practice, but we played most of the time." We're just on the beach playing Test of Courage. She says, "I wanted to practice more." But then she's like, "But I was the one who played the most because I'm tanned, And then she says that, "But you know what? I'm glad I went." And here she individually talks about all the people, and she says the updated version of how she feels about them now, after that she has spent a lot of time with them. And like I said, she was actually paying attention to every people during that time, kind of seeing how they are, and got to see like a different side of them. For example, the first one was Mio senpai is actually easily scared. Obviously, that's something that she got to know there, that for the first time. That scene with Mio getting scared. Okay, the next one is about Ritsu. She was as sketchy as ever, but she's a good match for Mio senpai. Obviously, because she's the one who kind of always hangs out with her. Not only that, she's the one who knows Mio the best, and that's why they're a good combination. So Mugi-san, what about her? Mugi senpai is very caring and very kind to anyone, obviously, but she also has a childish side that makes her cute. So that part when she saw Mugi panicking when there was the chair and the yacht and everything was there, that part. And then she's like, "Finally, what about my sister?" And Azusa's like, "Yui senpai was always actually practicing." There you go. So yeah, she had this misconception that Yui never practiced, but then she's like, "All right, you know what? She is actually practicing, and she's trying her best." And okay, so there you go, an updated version of what she thinks about all the individual people. So there you go, the first part, as we saw, what she thought about them, and now again after spending time with them, what she thinks about them. It's a huge improvement, and she has become way better friends with them, and she's glad that she went there with them. And in the end, she brings out like a few pictures, and there's that one group picture that they snapped, where everyone's like just hugging and everything. And Azusa's like, "But your sister always keeps hugging me." Oh boy. Ui's like, "Isn't she warm?" Oh my god. And yeah, that's where it ended. So yeah, Azusa became better friends, and she was able to, what's that word? She was able to get accustomed to all the people, and now she's like way better friends with all the members of the K-On! Club, which is obviously something that is definitely needed, because they're a group, they're a band, they're going to play songs together. Nice, better synergy we'll have. And not only that, they are better friends now. That's all that matters. So yeah, that was it. That was my reaction to episode number 10 of Keon. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, and comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. Yeah, that is it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next week with another episode of Keon. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.